Hello and welcome. Today we journey through the inspiring life of Ananda Lewis, the trailblazing American TV host, model, carpenter, and social activist. If you enjoy this deep dive, don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more stories like this. Ananda Lewis, born March 21st, 1973, became a household name in the 1990s through her work on BET and MTV. Sadly, she passed away in June 2025 at age 52 after a years-long battle with breast cancer. In this video, we'll explore her early life, career highlights, personal challenges, and the legacy she leaves behind. Ananda Lewis was born on March 21st, 1973 in Los Angeles. She grew up in a culturally rich family of mixed heritage, part African American and part Native American, specifically Creek and Blackfoot. Her first name, Ananda, actually means bliss in Sanskrit. Ananda's childhood was marked by strong female influences. Her mother worked as an account manager for Pacific Bell, and her father was a computer animation specialist. She has one older sister, Lakshmi, who later became a physician. When Ananda was 2, her parents divorced. After the split, her mother moved with Ananda and Lakshmi to San Diego to live near the girl's grandmother. At one point, Ananda's mother even took an extended trip to Europe to cope with the divorce, leaving Ananda and Lakshmi in the care of their grandmother. Those early years, the moves and family challenges, deeply shaped Ananda's strong personality and outlook on life. Growing up in San Diego, Lewis was active and outgoing. In 1981, at just 8 years old, she entered and won the Little Miss San Diego pageant. She choreographed and performed her own dance routine during the competition. After her pageant win, she caught the eye of a talent agent and began appearing in local theater productions and on television. She also attended the San Diego School of Creative and Performing Arts, SCPA, a public magnet school for the arts, for 9 years. As a child, Ananda was known for her bold, outspoken nature. So much so that she overcame a childhood speech impediment and became a confident speaker by age 8. At 13, she started volunteering as a tutor and counselor at a Head Start center, inspiring her with the idea of helping young people and even considering a career in education or psychology. Her family encouraged her toward more financially secure fields like law, so instead she majored in history. In 1995, Ananda earned her bachelor's degree in history cum laude from Howard University in Washington, D.C. Even while at Howard, she had started to dip her toes into entertainment, famously appearing in a 1993 music video for the R&B group Shy. Ananda often spoke fondly of her family's influence. Her mother, grandmother, and sister provided her with a positive, supportive environment throughout her life. Although Ananda felt hurt when her mother briefly left her in her grandmother's care, as an adult she reconciled with her parents. In interviews, she credited those strong women, her mom and grandmother, for giving her stability and self-confidence. Ananda's sister, Lakshmi, full name Lakshmi Emery, was particularly close to her. Lakshmi became a medical doctor and remained Ananda's confidant. In fact, Lakshmi was the one who confirmed Ananda's death on social media, writing that she's free and in his heavenly arms. Ananda also became a godmother to 6 children, reflecting her caring nature and her role in many young lives. At Howard University, Ananda Lewis pursued a degree in history, graduating cum laude in 1995. The value she placed on education showed in her volunteer work and her college accomplishments. While at Howard, she combined her interests in helping others and media. For example, she mentored at-risk youth and eventually decided to audition for BET's Teen Summit. Although education was her major, the university provided the stage for Ananda to start her media career. Ananda Lewis's big break came in 1994 when BET selected her as the on-camera host of Teen Summit. The nationally syndicated show tackled serious issues facing teenagers. Over 3 seasons, she interviewed guests and moderated discussions on topics ranging from school violence to career goals. One memorable episode from 1996, titled "It Takes a Village," featured First Lady Hillary Clinton, who had recently published a book of the same name. Ananda's performance earned her recognition. By 1997, she had won an NAACP Image Award for her work on Teen Summit. Hosting that show was Ananda's way of using television as a platform for positive change among youth. She later recounted that children she was tutoring at the time had encouraged her to audition for the job. Noticing her talent, MTV approached Ananda in 1997 with an offer to be a VJ, video jockey, and host on their network. She joined MTV in 1997 and quickly became one of the network's most recognizable personalities. On MTV, she anchored music programs like MTV Live and Total Request Live, TRL, where her charm and intelligence shone as she interviewed pop and hip-hop stars. She also hosted Hot Zone, a show mixing music videos with interviews. Her live, energetic style stood out. As MTV executives noted, Ananda brought a new level of authenticity and savvy to the VJ role. During her MTV years, Lewis didn't shy away from addressing social issues. She moderated MTV forums on school violence after the Columbine massacre and hosted tributes when stars like Aaliyah passed away. In 1998, at the height of her fame, Ananda made headlines with an announcement that she would remain abstinent for at least 6 months. She explained it as a personal choice that she publicly shared to encourage other young women to make their own healthy decisions about sexuality. The New York Times dubbed her the hip-hop generation's reigning it girl around this time, noting how her style and attitude made her a sought-after personality at celebrity events. By 2000, People magazine had listed Ananda among the 50 most beautiful people in the world. But she was thinking ahead. In 2001, deciding to take control of her career, she left MTV to launch her own syndicated daytime talk show, The Ananda Lewis Show. The show debuted in September 2001 and was designed as an intelligent alternative to more sensational programs of the era. Lewis tackled topics like breast cancer, domestic violence, and women's empowerment, things she cared deeply about. Unfortunately, her show coincided with the events of 9/11, and like many young talk shows it struggled. It was canceled after 1 season. Producers later reflected that the timing had worked against them. We started on a Monday, and then there was the World Trade Center bombing the next day. As King World Production CEO explained, after the talk show, Lewis continued in television. In 2004, she became the chief correspondent for The Insider, a popular entertainment news show. She interviewed celebrities like Paris Hilton and Don Cheadle in that role. She also appeared on reality TV. For example, she was a contestant on ABC's Celebrity Mole, Yucatan in 2004. In all these roles, she leveraged her fame to keep issues like youth empowerment and responsible decision-making in the public eye. By 2018, Ananda had embarked on a whole new career path, carpentry. In an interview, she explained that her love of building and fixing things came from her upbringing by strong women. Her mother and grandmother often handed her a drill or toolbox when something needed repairing. After leaving television for a quieter life, Ananda took college classes at the Los Angeles Trade Technical College. She earned an Associate of Science degree in carpentry with a perfect 4.0 GPA. These days, she renovated homes and even hosted the 2019 revival of TLC's Home Makeover show While You Were Out. This earned her a reputation as a groundbreaking figure. She went from MTV VJ to a professional contractor. Throughout her career, she also stayed true to her passions. An avid animal lover, Lewis co-hosted Annie's America's Top Dog and became a spokesperson for animal welfare groups like the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. She frequently mentioned her 2 pet chihuahuas in interviews as part of her life. Ananda also supported literacy. She worked with reading is fundamental to promote children's reading. In short, she used her celebrity to promote causes she cared about. Personal life. Away from the camera, Ananda Lewis led a life much like her on-screen persona, open, caring, and outspoken. She remained especially close to her family. In fact, she often credited her mother, grandmother, and sister Lakshmi with grounding her in a positive, loving environment. Lewis was a good friend of the late singer Aaliyah, even serving as a pallbearer at Aaliyah's funeral in 2001, and she greatly mourned that loss. She became a godmother to 6 young people, reflecting her nurturing side. In March 2011, Ananda Lewis gave birth to a son named Langston. The father is Harry Smith, a media executive who is the younger brother of actor Will Smith. Harry Smith is CEO of Smith Global Media and had worked with Will and Jada Pinkett Smith's Overbrook Entertainment. Although Ananda and Harry never widely discussed their relationship, they co-parented Langston together. Lewis often mentioned her son in interviews as her greatest joy and priority. The family lived quietly in Los Angeles. Ananda made her home in the San Fernando Valley. In fact, it was in that very home, surrounded by family, where she spent her final days. Ananda Lewis was also known for her spirituality and faith. While she didn't often speak of formal religious affiliation, she frequently mentioned faith in God in interviews. In a 2020 interview about her cancer battle, she said that in her life, faith was about taking care of what God created, that is, taking care of her body and health. She viewed her entire healing journey as a test of faith, asking herself if she could still say she believed in God's healing power when things got hard. This suggests she identified with Christian beliefs, emphasizing trust in a higher power. However, she combined faith with action, often speaking about the importance of practical self-care alongside spiritual belief, health battle, and final years. In October 2020, Ananda Lewis shocked fans by revealing she had been diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer approximately 2 years earlier. She explained that she had delayed getting regular mammograms due to fear of radiation and urged women to get screened on schedule. Over the next few years, Ananda was open about her health challenges. She combined conventional medicine with holistic treatments. She initially chose to keep the tumor and try alternative therapies and body cleansing instead of undergoing immediate double mastectomy. In interviews, she spoke frankly about the financial and emotional strain of long-term treatment and about how the disease eventually spread. By October 2023, scans showed the cancer had metastasized. It had reached her spine, hips, and lymph nodes, meaning it had become stage 4. Despite the grim prognosis, Ananda used her platform to raise awareness. In October 2024, she took part in a CNN roundtable discussion on breast cancer, recounting that learning her cancer was stage 4 was devastating. She emphasized that African American women are disproportionately affected by fatal breast cancer cases, partly due to distrust in the medical system. She urged viewers to fight that fear and get checked regularly. Throughout her ordeal, Lewis spoke about faith, love for her son, and resolve to keep fighting. Unfortunately, her condition worsened. On June 11, 2025, Lewis passed away. Her sister Lakshmi announced on social media that Ananda died at home, writing that now she's free and in his heavenly arms. Ananda was 52 years old. The Los Angeles Times reported that she was in hospice care at the time of her death and had been fighting cancer for years. Her passing prompted an outpouring of tributes from former colleagues and fans. In her obituary, the LA Times remembered her as a pioneering MTV VJ and talk show host who had chronicled her harrowing stage 4 breast cancer journey. To the end, Lewis remained focused on helping others learn from her experience by encouraging cancer prevention and healthy living. Outside of work and family, Ananda Lewis lived a values-driven, active lifestyle. She often spoke about the importance of personal growth and evolution. In a 2018 interview, she explained that she continually sought new challenges so as not to remain stagnant in life. Looking back, she admitted she sometimes missed the chance to stand in the moment and appreciate it. When her grandmother fell ill before the end of 2001, Ananda immediately paused her talk show career to fly across the country and care for her for 2 years. She returned to work after her grandmother's passing, but that episode illustrates how central family was to her. After leaving mainstream television, Lewis embraced a hands-on, outdoors aside. She often credited her upbringing in California and her tribal heritage for valuing the earth and physical labor. She spent time outdoors and took pride in home renovation projects. Even at events, she would joke about changing car oil or fixing things herself. In 2019, she became the host of While You Were Out, a home improvement reality show on TLC, a role that suited her energetic DIY spirit. Ananda also kept pets and nature close to her heart. As a spokesperson for the Humane Society and the SPCA, she promoted compassion towards animals. In interviews and on social media, she often featured her 2 chihuahuas and advocated for pet adoption. And although her schedule was busy, she made time for healthy habits. Friends noted that she adopted a mostly organic, plant-rich diet and practiced regular exercise like biking around her neighborhood. Spiritually, she remained grounded. As mentioned, Ananda expressed strong faith in God in her cancer interviews. She believed in the power of prayer and maintained a hopeful outlook even when treatments failed. Colleagues said that off camera, Lewis was warm and open, often speaking frankly about the lessons she'd learned. In social media posts, she talked about gratitude, self-care, and the importance of supporting others, consistent with the mentoring persona she had from her Teen Summit days. Ananda Lewis's exact net worth was never publicly disclosed. However, given her high-profile TV career and other ventures, it is believed she had accumulated considerable wealth. She was estimated to be around $8 million by 2025, considering her years as a VJ, talk show host, and correspondent. In any case, Lewis did not flaunt luxury. Friends say she remained relatively modest in lifestyle, focusing on experiences and purpose over material excess. House in the San Fernando Valley. For many years, Ananda Lewis lived in a comfortable home in the San Fernando Valley region of Los Angeles. This house became her sanctuary, a place where she and son Langston could enjoy family life away from the spotlight. Little is known publicly about the exact property. She kept her personal life private, but reports confirm it was a suburban residence typical of the valley. Neighbors described her as kind and down-to-earth. In her last days, she was cared for at home by family. She passed away at her home in Los Angeles, California, on June 11, 2025. Given her battle with cancer, that home setting provided comfort and privacy during an extremely difficult time. Ananda Lewis's life was multifaceted, from national television to local carpentry, from celebrity circles to community service. She became an icon to a generation of young TV viewers, and later an inspiration to women finding new careers in midlife. Above all, she was a devoted mother and advocate who never forgot her roots. Her 52 years were filled with trailblazing achievements and candid authenticity. Today we remember Ananda Lewis not just for what she did on screen, but for her resilience and the positive impact she made. Let her story encourage us to pursue our passions, care for our families, and face challenges with bravery and faith. Thanks so much for watching. Till next time.